Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another first impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dungeon of the Endless. Dungeon of the Endless is an indie title by Amplitude Studios, and it is a title that is currently still in development. This is actually an early alpha build. It is available through the early access program on Steam, as per usual with titles that go for early access. Obviously, this is a work in progress. There are several features that haven't yet been implemented. However, the title does have quite a bit of meat to it already, so that I can show you guys what the main mechanic of the title is. And let me just start by telling you guys that I was actually really surprised, because I took a look at the game and I was like, man, it doesn't look like something that I would be that into. But a friend of mine told me, you really need to check it out. You really need to like do a video on it. I mean, just check it out. So I contacted the developers at Amplitude Studios. They sent me a press copy of the game for me to check out. Also, you guys might be noticing that in this intro screen, there's also a link here that says Games Together. I'd just like to take a second here to explain what this is, because they told me about it in the email where they sent me the game key. So I would like to try and give you guys a little bit of feedback on that, and that this Games Together thing is basically something that these developers are working on. It is basically a forum, but in this forum they actually share with people the design documents of the game, so that people can provide input and feedback, so that they can kind of shape the game into what the community wants the most. So if you want to get involved in that, make sure to Google Games Together, or go to the... Actually, just go to the link in the description. I'm going to try and put a link to the developer's website, so that you guys can go check that out if you want, as well as a link to the Steam store. If you want to purchase early access to the game, you can do so through that. But what is the game all about at the end of the day? Well, this is a roguelike title, and it's got quite a couple of interesting mechanics, so I really don't want to classify it as any style per se, because it's got kind of a little bit of RPG, a little bit of tower defense, a little bit of strategy. It's got, you know, it's got quite a bit of depth to it. So let's just get started here. I'm going to let you guys watch the intro cinematic, and then we will go into game mechanics. Okay, so you were in that spaceship, and then you were in the escape pod, so to speak, and then you crash landed here. So what is your current objective? Well, if you guys watched the trailer to this title, I'm not sure if many of you did or not, but the title, they were kind of giving off this vibe of, in their trailer, which was what's behind the door. And a great portion of the mechanics in this game actually are based on what's after the next door. It is an exploration kind of game, but like I said, it is also a roguelike. At the start, every time that you start the game, you're going to be in control of two heroes. Now, those two heroes are actually random. This time around, we got Sarah Numas and Opbot DV8. We could have gotten completely different heroes, but usually it seems to me like it's always giving you one melee hero and one ranged hero. So this character is melee, so her attack range is melee. Oh, actually this time around they gave me two melee, so much for my previous theory. But if you take a quick look over at the user interface, I'm going to try and go through most of it. So if you guys go over here to the top left, you have access to your inventory, as well as something which is the tech tree, which is currently not implemented. Pay attention to the striped line here, yellow and black. Whenever you see something like this in the game, it means that it has not yet been implemented. So if you guys notice, there is currently no tech tree. There is also currently no use for your science resource, which is, because it's still a work in progress, it is still not in the game. Also, if you look at the heroes menu over here, you can also see that there are some skills that are obviously still being worked on, so they're still not available in this alpha build. Let me just remind you, this is a very early alpha. The actual version number is 0.1, so it's not going to be an alpha with a lot of features, but it does have the basic gameplay mechanic in place. Now, I've actually played through this alpha all the way up until the point where they say, okay, congratulations, you've beaten the alpha. But I think that the final product is going to be obviously a lot longer than the alpha, and I think that they just limit the alpha to a couple of levels. I believe it's like 3 or 4 levels in the alpha, and I think they limit it because like with the current leveling and not having skills and whatnot, there's only so much you can actually do in the game, because the game does ramp up its difficulty considerably. Now, if you keep looking, you will see that you will have your industry resource here. The industry resource is what you use to build items. So if you look over here, you can build a generator, which will generate additional industry in your dungeon, and something that generates additional food. You guys will understand this as we progress throughout the game. I'm not going to explain it too much, but basically these generators require certain locations to be placed. Then you can also build turrets, which work kind of like look at a tower defense game. You place a turret down, and as monsters go through it, they get shot. You also get a couple of more things that you can build. There's also the possibility of you finding blueprints, which give you access to even more things that you can build as you progress through the level. Then there's food. Food is what is used to level up your heroes, as you can see here. Level up requires 9 food, and I can level her up. You can also heal your heroes by using food, although I would not advise this. Unless it's healing is a really last-ditch situation, because usually you want to spend your points in more permanent upgrades, so to speak. You don't want to just spend stuff on temporary heals, because at the end of every battle, your heroes are automatically healed. The other resource that you see here is dust. Now, as you advance into each room, you're going to gain the number that you see beneath your current resource. So as I open this door, I'm going to get 2 industry, 2 food, and there's a chance that I'm also going to get dust. Now, dust is going to be what allows you to power rooms. But before we get into powering rooms, let's just open the first door and see what's behind the door. So what's behind door number 1? Enemies. So let's put both your characters in there. They're going to start hacking and slashing their way through the enemies. Now, the first thing that you will notice is that I'm actually not in direct control of the character, so to speak. So, like, for instance, I cannot order this character to go over here to the corner. It doesn't work like that. Think of this more, as if you guys want to talk in terms of other indie titles, for instance, think of this kind of like your crewmen in FTL. You just place them in the room, and pretty much the rest of it they do almost automatically, so to speak. Although obviously in the final product you're going to also have skills which you will have to use depending on each situation. Those skills are currently not available yet, but obviously in the final product you will have a much more complex experience, so to speak. But anyways, let's continue onwards. So right now we have enough dust to power 2 rooms. If you look over here, there's 2 things that are slightly lit, and that means that we can actually power up 2 rooms, and this is one of the rooms that we can power up, and it's obviously the logical choice because there's no other rooms to power up right now, so let's power them up. What does powering rooms up do? Well, for starters, it prevents monsters from spawning in this room, so monsters cannot spawn in this room. If you ever have a room that is not powered up, so it is dark, and you start opening doors, eventually mobs can spawn on those dark rooms, and that can be quite problematic. But anyways, in this room, as you can see, we have a little bit of an energy slot here. That means that we can build something there, and we can either build something which will generate more industry in the dungeon, or we can build something that will generate more food in the dungeon. Now, me personally, throughout playing the game, I've figured out that I prefer having more industry so that I can actually create some more turrets and stuff like that. So we are going to put an industry generator there, and we're also going to put 2 turrets. Turrets can be placed in these little nodes here. There, so we now have an industry generator, and if you look, when we go to the next room, we're actually going to be generating 10 industry as opposed to 2, which we were generating previously. However, let me just show you guys something else. Let's move these two people out of this room. And if you notice, oh, we just lost some energy. What happens is if you have a crewman who is operating the energy the industry generator, it is actually going to generate additional industry. So whenever you are opening doors, you want to keep that in mind and keep your crewmen well split in between generators and whatnot to make sure that you receive the optimal number of resources whenever you open a door. Now, the first choice becomes, where do we go from here? Left or up? And what is our end goal? Your end goal is to find the exit of the level. That is your first goal of pretty much of every dungeon that you do in this game. Now, we have to basically make the decision. We go left or we go up. There's no like easy way to know where the exit is going to be. So sometimes you will have to be going round and round and round. So I'm going to go ahead and gamble to the left. And we got another room. We received a couple of more resources. I'm going to be moving back because obviously we have the turrets in this room. Oh wow, they're doing quite a bit of damage on my melee character there. You got to be careful because if these characters die, it is permadeath. You will never see them again. And the other thing is, you guys noticed that I came back to this room to fight because obviously I had the two turrets here. Now, we have another choice, which is, do we want to explore up or do we want to power this room? Now, obviously this room is leading nowhere. As you can see, there are no more doors. So I'm not very interested in powering up this room. So instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to drop another turret here because since I'm not going to power up this room, what's going to happen is there's going to be chances that monsters are going to spawn here. And if monsters spawn here, I just reinforced my position with more turrets. So we should be fine. And now we're going to be moving up. Okay, this room, obviously, as you can see, has 3 more doors. So we obviously want to power this room and make ourselves a little hub here. So if you guys now look at our resources, we're looking pretty decent on industry. And we're going to be receiving a plus 10 industry for every door we open because we have the dude over there operating the industry generator. So we should probably bank a little bit on food. So we are going to put a food generator here. There we go. And on top of that, we want to put down a couple of more turrets just in case we meet up any hostiles. We also picked up a blueprint which allows us to create a more powerful turret, which is the Tactical Enhanced Serious Lacerator, also short for Tesla. So we're going to put the lacerator here. I don't think the position in which you put these turrets is very important because I think they seem to reach all over the room, at least in this version of the title, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Anyways, right now we have this character operating this thing, although I think if I go to open the door, she's going to stop operating. Yep, she stopped operating it, which is a shame, but we don't have any other character to go operate the food thing. And as you can see, one wave incoming down there. Now, I pressed spacebar. At any point in time in the game, you can press spacebar. It's going to pause the action and allow you to do whatever you want. So there's a wave of enemies coming from here, as I predicted. So we have already a character in this room plus 3 turrets. And in fact, I'm going to add a more powerful turret here. There we go. And I'm going to put this character here as well. And we're going to be dishing out a reasonable amount of damage on this wave of enemies. Make sure that they don't get through. Their objective, the enemy's objective, is to get to your crystal. If they destroy your crystal, you are dead. If all of your characters die, you obviously are not going to be able to progress. And this is the mechanic of the game. You are now just searching for the exit. And obviously you have to constantly keep tabs on where monsters might spawn. For instance, right now monsters might spawn on this room, or any door that I open. So you got to be careful with that. Either way, we currently also have enough capacity to light up another room, but I don't really want to invest that money just yet. So instead, we're going to be going either up or left. I'm going to be going to the right here. Either up or right, remember. And right is one of the worst possible scenarios that you can have in this game, which is, it is a dead end. So obviously you don't want to invest anything on a dead end because it's pretty pointless. You're not going to be going this way. The only thing you're going to be doing is preventing monsters from spawning there. And I think our defenses can actually withstand these guys. At least I would hope so. So we're not going to be powering up that room. Now the problem is we already have 3 rooms from which monsters can spawn. So we're pretty much surrounded from all sides, and we still haven't have the slightest clue as to where the exit might be. So I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to... Why is this thing not generating... I thought that we were generating 10 industry. For whatever reason, it seems that we're not generating 10 industry anymore, which is bad. But let's open up another door. Okay, now this room seems like a more significant hub. It's pretty big. It's got a lot of room for you to put machine guns in. So we're going to be actually powering up that room once we're done with this combat. There we go. And now I also want to put this guy back over here so that he keeps generating additional industry. And we're going to power up this room. And we're going to build another industry generator here. And a couple of towers. We don't have that much money, so we're just going to build 2 small ones for now. Okay, so there's no monsters going to be coming from this room. There's a chance that they'll be coming from here, here, and down here. However, I want to start moving my crew further up. So we're going to put this guy here. And he will take care of the generator. And let's open up this door. And we found a merchant. Now, when you find a merchant, you can actually buy or sell items for dust. So this is going to cost me 9 dust. The problem with this is that once you consume dust, it's going to lower the number of rooms that you can light up. So you got to be very careful about that. And if you sell things, it's also going to allow you to gain more dust. Now, something that I've noticed is that apparently I picked up an item and I didn't even notice it. Prison uniform. Now, this is an armor. So you can open up the hero thing here. Your hero menu, and you can basically double click your inventory and it is going to put the armor there. You can also put the armor on your other hero, but since this is my melee hero, it makes sense that she's the one wearing the armor. Now, as you can see here, we have another hub and there's 3 doors. So since there's 3 doors here, I want to go ahead and reinforce my position in this location. So we're going to power up that room and we're going to put a couple of defenses here. So we're going to go with 2 Teslas. And one of the smaller ones. There we go. And now we're going to be continuing to move onwards. I'm going to go ahead and go up. And this room continues forward. We found another item. We found a toothpick, which is actually a lance, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's a spear. And this guy can use spears, I think. Yep, so basically we can equip him with the spear. So he now has more powerful melee attacks, so to speak. Also, we are now at 44 food. Now, one of the things that I like to do while I'm playing this game is I like to keep 30 food with me at all times, because that is how much it costs to recruit new heroes. You can randomly find new heroes throughout these dungeons, so I always like to keep 30 food on me. But this time around, I'm actually going to go ahead and level up this character because it only costs 9 food. Therefore, we still have 35 food in case we meet up with another hero. Leveling up increases your hit points, defense, speed, pretty much all of your passive stats. Obviously, it's not going to affect any of those skills yet because they're still a work in progress, but obviously you want to level up your heroes as much as possible. So now we're going to be continuing moving onwards. We're taking a bit of a chance here because there's a lot of rooms that aren't lit, so there's a lot of places that attacks can come from, but we need to move forward. We need to push forward. And we've reached another dead end, but we did found 6-time industry, which is pretty decent. Okay, so now we reached another dead end, and the problem is now we have even more rooms that monsters can come from. Now, since this is the first level, it's actually not that bad, but if we were in a higher level, like monsters spawn from more locations, this would actually be somewhat problematic. So let's continue advancing towards right and look for the exit here. Another dead end. Oh no, it's not a dead end, it's actually the exit. Okay, so now that we've found the exit, we have a choice. We can either open more doors and risk seeing more monsters, but obviously also getting additional resources, or we can just start the process of going towards the exit. Now, me personally, since this is the first level, I think I'm going to take a couple of chances here. So we're going to open up another door. Okay, we got several monsters here, and we also have monsters coming from all directions downstairs. And we actually have monsters heading straight towards the crystal. Oh wow, our character is actually really low on health. We gotta make a run for it. And where is our other character? This guy, he needs to be defending here. This is actually not looking too good. Okay, we're able to defeat all the monsters. And the exit is still there, so we're not in terrible shape just yet. And we did gain additional resources. However, as you can see, it starts getting really, really risky to open doors. Like, we were almost overwhelmed just now. But I'm going to keep on taking chances because that's just the way I am. And I want to get to the second level with as many resources as possible. And if we look through here, the exit is not that far away from the crystal. So I don't think we're going to be encountering a lot of problems. Let's open up this door. Okay, we found a couple of more monsters as well as multiple waves. So all of the waves are coming from above. This one's coming here. So we want to get this guy over here. We'll deal with this wave and then we'll move further up and deal with the remainder waves. Okay, our melee hero over there is actually not looking too good. She's still in decent shape. But, okay, that guy's actually taken care of. And it looks like we've cleared pretty much everything. However, as you can see, this is getting really, really dangerous. Because our heroes are actually taking quite the beating every time I open up a new door. As a matter of fact, we just lost one of our food generators. So I'm just thinking I need to go ahead and get the hell out of Dodge. So let's initiate the procedure of exiting. So in order for you to exit the level, you need to pick up the crystal and take it towards the exit. Now, before we do this, however, we still have one room that we can light up, and this doesn't really cost us anything, it just costs us lighting up a room. But since we're leaving the level, it's not that bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light up the exit so that no monsters can spawn from the exit itself. Now, in order for the procedure to exit the level, you need to pick up the crystal. Before we pick up the crystal, I should also level up one more time. Since we do have 59 food, might as well do it. And how much does it cost? It costs 12 to level up the robot, so I'm going to level him up as well. Now, something that I like to do is I grab the character that has the highest hit points, and I make him carry the crystal, because the monsters are going to be trying to get him. So, in order to get the crystal, you right-click. Boom, we now have the crystal. And if you notice, instantly 2 waves incoming. This is what happens once you pick up the crystal. Waves just start spawning after waves all over the map. So this is now a race against time. The character who picks up the crystal becomes encumbered, and he moves slower. So your objective is to get that character over here as fast as you possibly can. And what I do is basically I just get that character, I select it, I send it to the exit to get there as fast as it can, and I select the other character and slowly accompany him through the room, so that he is providing cover fire and killing monsters as we are traveling the distance to the exit. However, it looks like we didn't really encounter that many minions. We got a couple of monsters we're going to be encountering in this room. Not really that problematic, and like I said, it wasn't going to be a big deal to get to the exit. As a matter of fact, if I knew it was going to be this easy, I should have risked a couple of more doors. But anyways, this is pretty much what you do throughout most of the game. And now, this mechanic is pretty solid as far as I can tell. And like I said, it was surprisingly entertaining to me because I wasn't expecting to enjoy the game this much. So now we're in the second level and things work pretty much the same way, except everything is harder. So the level becomes bigger, therefore you will encounter more and more rooms before you reach the exit. And also there's a greater number of waves which will be spawned every time that the spawning of waves takes place. So let's start. First decision, once again, left or right. We're going to go right. And we can start by powering up the first room. Obviously, we've got some enemies in here. Let's power up the room. And as the room is powering up, let's just get an industry generator going. And let's get ourselves a Tesla coil as well. Actually, you know what? Let's get 2 Tesla coils. And yeah, for now, that's going to be it. You don't want to overcommit and put everything on your first room because you're going to need more stuff. But anyways, this is actually a very solid room because we've got 3 pathways that we can take, which means you should fortify this position. unless you happen to be unlucky and the exit actually is towards the left, which can happen and has happened. So, before we advance any further, I'm thinking if I shouldn't just go to the left. It's again, this is kind of a gamble, and that's the way roguelikes tend to work. You're gambling when you're doing these kinds of things. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet, but I might as well mention it now. This game, it has something that I've played a couple of roguelikes. I haven't played that many, but I don't think that a lot of roguelikes actually have a saving system. Now, this is not like save and then if you die, reload. No, it's like save and quit. So you save, you exit the game, and then you can continue. This is just to make sure, because this game might actually take more time than some roguelikes where you just like play for 5 minutes, you're dead, play another 5 minutes, you're dead. This game can actually take quite a bit of time, and if you're good at tactics and whatnot, it can be really, like, I can see the final product actually lasting you quite a couple of hours going through. Now let's open up another door. And we found another hero. And like I said, usually you require 30 food to recruit heroes. So I recruited him. Heroes are probably one of your most valuable commodities, which is why I basically recruit every hero I find. This hero is actually a ranged character. I don't think I have any equipment that I can give him. Nope. He is actually a ranged character, which is cool in a way. And now what I'm going to do is, usually I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to light up this room because there's a generator spot here, and we can have another crewman, since there's 3 of them, we can have another crewman sit on another generator and generate additional resources for us. So we're going to light up this room, and we're going to put some food in here. There. And he's going to be sitting on top of the food. Let's make sure that he doesn't eat too much, the bastard. I'm just kidding. There's no mechanic like that. But he's going to be generating additional food for us as we open up each room. We found an item. Let's see what we got. We found some mil-spec bracelets. I wonder what these do. This is a device. Can we use this? Yes, we can. So this is going to give us additional attack power and defense, which is pretty cool for our melee character. And as you can see, we have another hub here. Now, if I had enough energy, but I don't. If I had enough energy, I would actually power up this room since there's a hub situation going on. But unfortunately, we don't have enough energy, so I don't think I'm going to be powering it up. So we need to open another door and see if we can get some more dust to be able to power up this room. Okay, we actually got 8 dust. Let's retreat because we got several people on us. So we're going to retreat to this room. And we're going to fight them here to prevent them from taking out this food generator. As you can see, they're basically just trying to get that food generator down, which would be bad for us, so there we go. Because if they actually destroy it, we have to spend more industry building it again, which is why I don't want it destroyed. Now, we do have enough dust to light up another room. We're going to light this one up, and we're going to build another hub here. I'm going to go ahead and bet on some more food because we seem to have quite a decent amount of industry. So instead, we're going to be getting ourselves some additional food. I'm going to be moving the robot down here so that he can generate additional food as I open the next door. And let's put down a couple of turrets. I would say 2 Teslas and a small one. Seems pretty decent defense because we can be invaded from over here. Actually, we won't be invaded because I'm gonna open in this direction. Okay, luckily enough, we didn't really get a dead end, which is good. Because getting dead ends is probably one of the worst scenarios that you can fathom. So there it goes. That guy should be able to take care of that. Take care of it. No, that's fine. The towers will get him. There you go. Have that. Now, it would be really cool if we could power up this room. Actually, no, it is a dead end. God damn it. I thought it wasn't a dead end. Also, I can see there might have been a little bit of glitch generating this level. This particular tile doesn't really seem to be all that well made. But again, beta is beta. It is to be expected. Little glitches like this. I'm pretty sure they're going to be fixing this for the final product. So we have decent amount of defenses here, so not everything is bad. So let's keep progressing this direction. I'm going to go to the left this time. Okay, we've opened up another room. And we found a merchant, which you guys already know how the merchant works. We don't have anything that we want to sell though, so he's pretty useless. Continue to move onwards. We found another room. It's chock full of enemies, so let's move back here. Let's grab the other hero, put him here as well. And we actually have a ton of food right now, so we really should be leveling up. This guy is not leveled up, so let's level him up. I want to keep my melee character pretty beefed up, although at level 3 she's decent. I'm actually going to level up the Max Ocane hero because he is the only ranged hero I have, so let's go with that. In the meantime, let's put him back to food. No, actually, let's put him to industry because we're getting quite a bit of food. And let's move over here, and I'm going to explore this door. It's very risky because there's going to be a lot of stuff that can spawn if I'm unlucky. But it looks like we weren't unlucky. However, we had a couple of spawns here. Are they killing the merchant? Can they actually kill the merchant? That sucks. Oh wow, my character's taking a beating. I think the merchant's gonna die. Don't die. Oh, they killed the merchant! Bastards! I didn't even know they could do that. Oh well. Oh wow, they destroyed my food generator there. That sucks. Well, I guess we're gonna have to build another one. But I'm gonna build industry now, because I feel that we need some more industry. I'm gonna power up this room and this one. And we're going to build another food generator here. And a couple of towers. And some of the small ones as well. Once again, I'm taking a bit of a gamble here because for all I know, these two rooms might be dead ends. You never know. Now I'm going to vote. What do we got? These two are doing industry, but I think that I'm going to switch this guy over to food. Because like I said, basically this generates the resources as you open doors, and if you have people attending your generators, it's going to generate additional resources, so you need to keep that in mind before you open additional doors. Always have your people in useful places to maximize your profits. Also, bear in mind that, like for instance, nothing is going to come from up here because these rooms are all lit. The only place that monsters can come from right now is down here. So having this character here is kind of useless, so instead I'm going to be moving him towards this location. There we go. You really have to think tactically while you're playing this game is something that I've found. And like I said, one of the worst scenarios, a dead end. So we're going to be moving over here. We also have waves incoming from this side. This is going to be very problematic. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave him to deal with this wave. He should be able to do it. And I'm going to move this character over here. Because there were actually two waves. And it seems that that guy actually got through our defenses, so we need someone to come over here and punish him. This defense is taken care of, so we need to get this guy here. Problem is, this monster is going to sprint straight to the crystal, and you don't want them attacking your crystal because it's going to actually deduct dust from you. So you need to stop that at all costs. There we go. Takes care of that threat. And everything else should be in order. Move people back to their positions. We want food, we want industry, and we want the main character, not really the main character, but my my melee character, to be the one exploring. Let's open another door, see if we can find another exit. No luck. We did find quite a bit of enemies. And we got two waves incoming. This is what I mean. The game starts getting harder because monsters are going to be spawning from all over the place. So one monster spawned here. We found monsters inside this room. So we got monsters coming from 3 different positions. So you want to get this guy to help out here. Because there's going to be 2 sets of monsters coming this way. 1 set of monsters coming this way. And our spearman should be able to take care of those because he's also equipped with a powerful spear. Now you gotta be really careful. Now as you can see, this guy's actually free, so he needs to move. You gotta be really careful not to lose any of your characters, because I mean, like I said, death is permanent. What the hell? Something actually got through and then died? My mistake. Anyways, it would seem the only way to go is up. Problem, once again, we are running out of rooms. Not really running out of rooms, but we basically have a ton of rooms that aren't lit where monsters can spawn and create problems for us. We got now 2 waves incoming. Oh crap, this wave is in a really bad spot. We need to move down here. Okay, he should be able to handle that. I think there's still monsters incoming. Yep. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's now move the main character up. Also, I realized that I've just been really focused on the game. I haven't been really talking about critiquing the art style or anything like that. I'll have to be honest, this art style is something that I usually don't enjoy, but in this case, I found it enjoyable. I can't even explain why. It's just because maybe it's because I'm having so much fun with the title. I don't know. And we found another merchant. Open up the door. So the art style is decent, gets the job done. It's somewhat pixelated. I wish it was a little bit sharper, you know, like, but I think that's part of the charm of the game. At least that's the kind of look that they're going for. The sound, however, I really like the sound. I like the music. It's it gives you a little bit of a retro vibe, but not too much, which is always appreciated because sometimes games go full retro and, you know, it doesn't always work. But in this case, I think it works rather well. Now, I'm having a lot of problems because I haven't found the exit, and I think that the next door I open, I'm basically going to suffer quite a bit for it. So before we do that, let's level up. Level her up. Level him up. And we should be able to level him up while still retaining 30 in case we find another hero. And problem is we have a lot of industry, but we don't have a lot of rooms that we can actually fortify. Like, we can't fortify our position here because we used up all the slots. We can fortify our position here, but it's not to our best interest. So I really do fear for the crystal at this point. Something really bad might happen to the crystal if I open up a room and I mess things up. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this character up here to be closer to the crystal. We're going to move him up here as well so that they're both manning a generator whilst still being closer to the crystal. Because if the monsters get through here and get to the crystal, it's going to be a problem. I'm going to bet in this door. And it is a dead end, and there's monsters coming in here just like I predicted. So all hands on deck. Most likely the merchant over there is going to die. Nothing can get to this crystal. So we need to basically just destroy everything. This guy's actually going to get a couple of shots on the crystal. And as you can see, we're losing dust for each hit that they do on the crystal. Okay, still, we opened up the room. We didn't get enough dust to populate another room so that we can set up some defenses. And we have to risk our luck at another door yet. So, let's go for this one. Are we going to get enough dust? We didn't get enough dust. We did found the exit. And we do have a bunch of monsters on our tails, so we need to protect the crystal. And as soon as we're done protecting the crystal this last time, we need to get the hell out of Dodge. Melee hero getting really low here. I'm gonna have to pop a heal. I don't like using them like I told you, but I have no choice. Because I can't get her out of here. She needs to deal more damage before I can get her out. Okay, we survived, and now it's time to actually just flat out move the crystal and get the hell out of here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place each of these guys, same thing as before, in positions to exit. And the reason why I'm leaving this level so fast, like usually I would explore the level a little bit more, but like as you can see, there's a lot of really dark rooms, and there's a lot of places that monsters can spawn from and flat out kill us, so I want to avoid that and just basically make a run for the exit, which is what we're going to do. Okay, she's got it, so she's going to go for the exit, and that means we're going to be controlling heroes 2 and 3, and what the hell? Go for the exit. What's wrong with you, woman? Okay, heroes 2 and 3. What the hell is going on? 3, move it. Basically providing cover. She's gonna get there. We're gonna exit the level. We're gonna be fine. Anyways, that is going to be it for this particular video. I think you guys could get a pretty good idea of what the game is all about. Had a lot of fun with it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to see what more they add into the game. I can't wait to play the game with skills and all that other good stuff that they're putting into the title. And I would strongly advise, if you liked what you saw in this video, most likely you will enjoy the title. As per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Remember, if you want to participate in the development of this title, you have a chance to do so. There's going to be a link in the description to the developer's website where you can go get involved with the title. And as per usual, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.